What's up guys, this is a build concept video for my dual Obliteration Wand Chaos Blade Vortex CI Evasion Trickster. That's a mouthful, and that's what she said. Anyway, the build is focused around the use of dual Obliteration Wands, which makes it so that enemies we kill have a 20% chance to explode, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage in an explosion around them. The great thing about that is that the higher level content you do, the more life the monsters have and the more damage the explosions are then going to deal, so it scales pretty well. To proc these explosions we are of course required to kill stuff. To do that we need a skill that preferably benefits from scaling physical and chaos damage, and here the choice was either to go Blade Vortex or Blade Fall. I went with Blade Vortex as I just really like how that skill feels to play. The setup I'm currently using is Blade Vortex, Spell Echo, faster casting, controlled destruction, added chaos damage and poison. For defenses I wanted to do a hybrid energy shield and evasion based character, so I went with chaos inoculation and then stacked as much energy shield and evasion as possible on my gear. During my pursuit to find the optimal gear I stumbled upon this new belt, Ascent from Flesh, which is perfect for this type of build. Not only does it provide flat evasion, resistances and energy shield, it also gives you an additional 6% chance to dodge attacks and 10% movement speed while facing, and this effect is applied to your character if your energy shield recharge has started within the last 4 seconds. That said, I simply added a facing flask to my setup, making it so that every time I use this flask I gain the implicit flask bonuses plus the 6 additional dodge and movement speed from the belt, so pretty neat. Overall, the defenses of this character is what impressed me the most. This level 77 character already has more than 10,000 energy shield, but when using the flask correctly it also has 56% chance to evade, 21% chance to dodge attacks and 15% chance to dodge spells, 40% physical damage reduction, and with Kiara's determination we become immune to freeze, chill, curses and stuns while the flask is active. Then on top of that, this character also uses Blasphemy, Warlords mark together with Ghost Reaver, so you have a ton of energy shield and mana leech back to sustain the cost of Blade Vortex and to keep you alive. So overall a very hybrid but powerful defense. And since I'm using Rainbowstrides, I was considering swapping out my Granite Flask for Rumi's Concoction for extra block synergy, although I never got to try that before the character died, unfortunately. On that note, don't ever do a promenade map boss as a Blade Vortex character. Lightning Thorns will destroy you. RIP. As for the skill tree, I simply stacked energy shield and evasion, then scaled chaos, area and a bit of physical damage, and of course increased duration, which works really well for Blade Vortex. The full build has around 310% increased energy shield, so with the right gear you should be able to reach around 12 to 13k energy shield eventually. I also added the energy from within duel here so that when picking up Cruel Preparation and Heart and Soul, I would get that amount of life as energy shield plus the mana and resistances these nodes further provide. Placing one near melting is something to consider as well to have a double dip. And furthermore, while I haven't done that yet, I would also add in an intuitive leap near the Cyan area and pick up the 2 increased area of effect nodes, giving me 10% increased area of effect and saving myself 3 points in the process of doing so. And to generate endurance charges and sustain the cost of the skill I also went with Blasphemy, Warlords mark, and I spec'd into Vaal pack to prevent issues with Reflect. And finally I got myself the new Beast Fur Shawl Vaal regalia, which not only provides a large amount of flat energy shield and 40% spell damage, but also 10% increased radius of area skills, which for something like Blade Vortex is amazing. A Carcass Jack is also another great option, although I prefer the higher energy shield from the regalia. But anyway guys, this is the build concept. I will leave build instructions in the description for anyone interested in trying this out for themselves. Subscribe for more Path of Exile content and check out my IRL vlogging channel or whatever you want to call it. Thank you for watching, and bros, do you even nerd? It's pretty good on the siege ballistas. It's definitely held up all the way, and that is what has impressed me most with this type of build. Obviously these